Hello, investors. Let's start with an interesting quote from George Soros. He's saying, if investing is entertaining, if you are having fun, you are probably not making any money. Good investment or investing is boring. So in a today market, many people are making money from Tesla, from ARK investment, from space travel, from many things. These are interesting industries. But in the long term, I believe we should invest in feasible companies, in sound companies which had future cash flow generation potential. I'm not saying that Tesla and these companies doesn't have, but for me the valuation is so extremely high that I'm not really willing to invest in such company. What Fundsmith's approach? This is a British fund management company saying about investment, and I basically agree with this approach. He's saying buy good companies, do not overpay, do nothing. I think this is a great approach. So buy a good company and don't pay too much for it. Maybe Tesla is a good company, but for me it's way too expensive. And do nothing. Just forget it for the next 10 years. So if you are investing just for 1 week or 1 month, forgot about investment. This is poor speculation. So I selected NXP Semiconductor. I think this is a little bit interesting company and is also a sound investment opportunity in a today's market. So NXP Semiconductor is a Dutch-American semiconductor manufacturer with headquarters in Eindhoven, so it's in Netherlands and Austin, United States. So originally it was spun off from Philips in 2006, and a merger agreement was announced with Freescale Semiconductor in March 2015. And also in 2016, Qualcomm would try to buy NXP, but it doesn't materialize this deal. So it's still an independent company from Qualcomm. So they have interesting products in automotive, mobile, industry, smart city, smart home, communication infrastructure. As you see from this trend, the major growth in semiconductor market, and NXP is playing in the semiconductor field, is coming from mounted head displays, 34%, smartwatches, 23%, ADAS, 23%, other wearables, 22%, electric vehicles, 21%, security, 80% in the middle range, transportation 7%, chassis 6%, aftermarket 6%, TV 0%, and we see negative growth trends such as portable media players minus 15%, and DVD players, of course, minus 12%. Let's see. So automotive semiconductor market share. So NXP is playing in also the automotive field. So NXP is a leader in the automotive field with 12 percentage. And NXP addresses four major end markets: automotive, mobile, industrial, IoT, and communication infrastructure and others. So NXP basically produces the semiconductors for these industries, and everyone needs these semiconductors. Automotive, it's growing demand. Industry needs the chips. Mobiles needs semiconductors, and communication infrastructure and other things also need semiconductors. So focus leadership and market. So in automotive, they produce 48% of the revenue. So they are mainly focusing on automotive, and the growth from semiconductor it's definitely coming from automotive with others and all these things. In auto, we need more and more semiconductors. This is a trend for the future. Mobile 12%, communication and infrastructure 19%, and industrial and IoT also 19%. And you see it, automotive will grow maximum 10%, or this is the expected growth, and industry 11%, mobile 6%, communication infra 2%. This is the expectation. These are the main customers from top 20 customers of NXP Semiconductors. It's not named. First one is automotive. The second one is a telecommunication. But you can see many automotive companies. So basically, NXP either directly support the semiconductors to the OEMs, such as Volkswagen or Daimler, or supplies to brake manufacturers or other suppliers, and they sell to the OEMs. So this was a short presentation. Let's take a look about the NXP homepage. You can learn a lot of things about the products, what they are producing at NXP, and also all the applications, designs. So this is a very interesting company, and it's definitely a growing company because the demand for semiconductor is definitely growing, and it's a leading company in the industry with a lot of interesting products and good products. Let's take a look on the share price. So as you see, the share price in after the COVID crisis in March, the COVID low point growth significantly. So maybe we pay now 170, and a year ago it was only 120 or something. So the share price is growing because the expected growth in that industry. So let's take a look on some statistics or some financial key ratios about the company. As you can see, the free cash flow are growing, and also the earning per share is growing, and revenue is growing, and I expect, and everybody is expecting, that semiconductor market will grow, and this company is have good products and leading company in the industry, or one of the leading company, and maybe it's a little bit cheaper than some other semiconductors companies. I use the valuation from Sven Carlin. This is a simple formula, and I put it six US dollar as a free cash flow with starting point, 6% growth rate in the next 5 years, 5% in from the 5 to 10 years, and a discount rate 10%, and I expected the terminal multiple at 35. I think this is normal at this kind of companies. And also the best case scenario with 15% growth rate next 5 years, and 10% growth rate in the 5 to 10 years, and discount is 10%, and 44 terminal growth rate. And I also calculated with 5% for the next, it's the worst case, 5% growth rate for the next 5 years, 5% from 5 to 10 years, and 10% discount rate. And the terminal multiple is 22. And you can see with the normal case, the share price, the interesting value is 180. The best case scenario 371, and worst case scenario is 125. And then put the probability of the normal case 0.5%, best case 0.3%, so 30%, worst case scenario 20%. And with that calculation, this is the sum. The interesting value is 226, and as you can see, we still have some margin of safety because the current share price is 172. So we have 54 US dollar margin of safety. So I think this company is a good investment for the future because semiconductor will grow, and this company is a leading company in the industry. I wish to have a lower price to invest. I started to build a position in this company, and I gradually will add to that position. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I wish you a nice day.